Hi, Mr. Michaels. Thank you so much for having me. My main talent is impressions, so I'm going to be doing some impressions, and I hope you like them. So here's my impression of Oprah Winfrey as a clumsy dog groomer. You get a haircut, and you get a haircut. Everybody gets a haircut. Oops, did I just snip your ear? My bad. Okay, now I'm going to do an impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger playing the big bad wolf in a kindergarten play. I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow the house up. Okay, so here's my impression of Queen Elizabeth II trying to fix a flat tire. One does not simply change a tire, but when duty calls, one must roll up one's sleeves. Philip, do pass the spanner. Okay, so this is my impression of Batman having a panic attack in a car wash. Alfred, the Batmobile is under attack. Water, brushes, soap, get me a Xanax. Okay, so this is my impression of Elmo giving a TED Talk on quantum physics. Elmo thinks that quantum entanglement is like when Elmo's shoelaces get all knotty, but way more complicated. Okay, so here's my impression of Yoda as a customer service representative. Hold the line, you must. Solve your problem, we will. Turn it off and turn it back on, you must. Yes, I know it worked. Hang up now, you will. Okay, so here's my impression of Emperor Palpatine teaching a pottery class. Use the clay, Luke. Feel it spin. Let your anger shape it, but don't choke on your aspirations. Okay, so this is my impression of Gollum as a contestant on a dating show. We like long walks in the mountains. Okay, so here's my impression of the Godfather at a vegan cooking class. I'm going to make you a lasagna. You can't refuse. This delicious, cruelty-free eggplant parmigiani. Okay, so this is my impression of Miss Piggy as a no-nonsense auto mechanic. Oh, Kermie, hand me that wrench. These cars won't fix themselves, and I'm absolutely fabulous at everything, including spark plugs. Okay, so this is my impression of a Scottish kid in a treehouse. Oh, Jimmy, you need to bring more snacks up here, lad. The squirrels are starting to look like haggis. Okay, so here's my impression of a cosmonaut cooking in zero gravity. Comrade, I think we have made a new dish. Floating borscht. Now, if only we could catch it. Here's my impression of the priest from The Princess Bride, but they're all zombies. Brains. Brains, I will bring us together today. Alright, now here's my impression of a pirate crew in a yoga class. Arr, mateys, this downward dog be harder than hoisting the Jolly Roger in a gale. Okay, so this is my impression of a fish breaking up with his girlfriend. Okay, so here's my impression of spies at a spy convention. I'm an undercover as an undercover agent, going undercover agents as undercover as an undercover agent. It's so undercover. Okay. Goofy as a jury foreman. We find the defendant hilariously guilty of manslaughter. Ugh, yeah. Okay. So this is my impression of Dracula at a blood donation station. Please roll up your sleeves. Oh, no, that one was bad. I'm sorry. I'll skip to the next one. This is my impression of a cowboy at Joanne Fabric. Ma'am, I need the toughest, most durable yarn. I'm knitting a saddle blanket for old Bessie. Okay, so this is my impression of a robot at a high school reunion.
Class of 2010, I calculate it's been 13.67 years. I haven't aged a bit. Beep, beep. Okay, so here's my impression of Sherlock Holmes in a circus. Here's my impression of Sherlock Holmes in a circus. Elementary, my dear Watson. The juggler's alibi is as shaky as his unicycle act. Okay, so here's my impression of a Viking running a daycare. I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Nap time is over. Now who wants to hear a saga about a great sea beast? Okay, so here's my impression of a French Karen. Excusez-moi, I demand to speak to le manager. This croissant is not flaky enough. It is an outrage to my sensibilities. Okay, so here's my impression of a neighbor who doesn't realize he's a horse. Hey, neighbor, got any sugar cubes? Uh-oh, why the short face? Okay, so here's my impression of Borat fighting in a sumo contest. In my country, I am big like you, very strong. I crush my opponent like grape. To victory, we do not push out of ring. We push into marriage. A high five. Okay, so I'm going to do a different Borat impression. This one is Borat leading a symphony. Please, no clapping until I put down my bow. In Kazakhstan, if you like the music, you throw goat, not flour. Keep listening, and later I teach you all how to make Kazakhstan cheese. Very easy, only takes one horse. Okay, so this is my impression of a metalhead delivering a pizza. Here's your extra large pepperoni with doom sauce. Sorry, that was stupid. Okay, so here's my impression of a hipster art student trying out to be a cheerleader. I'm here to bring a postmodern deconstruction to cheerleading. Imagine, if you will, an interpretive dance meets existential angst. Go team, or whatever. Okay, so here's my impression of a Southern belle trying to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I do declare, bless this little flag's heart with liberty and justice for y'all. Okay, so here's my impression of someone hitting a baseball through a window. Wow! The cat got hit by the baseball. Right, so here's my impression of a New York taxi driver speaking at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. So I says to myself, Joey, you gotta steer clear of the sauce, like you dodged those crazy cyclists on 5th Avenue. Okay, so here's my impression of a British aristocrat naming different kinds of beans. One finds the most robust pinto, the most delightful, and the black bean has a certain je ne sais quoi. But the heirloom is the crown jewel of the bean world. Okay, so this is my impression of Michael Jackson when someone asks him what his pronouns are. So, this is my impression of the scene from Princess Bride with Miracle Max and his wife. I'll play both characters. Get back, witch! I'm not a witch, I'm your wife! But after what you just said, I'm not even sure I want to be that anymore! You never had it so good. True love, he said! True love, Max! My God! Don't say another word, Valerie! He's afraid! Ever since Prince Humperdinck fired him, his confidence is shattered! Why'd you say that name? You promised me you'd never say that name! What? Humperdinck? Humperdinck? Ooh, Humperdinck! I'm not listening! Okay, so here's my impression of a surfer dude working as a financial planner. Like, invest your cash in those gnarly high-growth stocks, dude. You gotta fully ride a portfolio of well-diversified waves to the beach of financial independence, dude. Okay, so here's my impression of a grizzled sea captain giving an extremely positive review of the movie Cats. Arr! Cats be a fine tale of feline grace on the high seas of the stage. It reminds me of me own crew, agile and unpredictable. Okay, so this is Ron Weasley convincing Harry Potter to use the restroom before a road trip. It's you who has to go, not me, not Hermione, you. Okay, so here's my impression of a Valley girl describing the plot of the Hunger Games. So it's like everyone's picking out their outfits for this super intense game where you like totally have to survive and stuff. It's kind of like Black Friday shopping at a Forever 21, but with like a bunch of grody bees. Okay, so this is my impression of an auctioneer working as a waiter and describing the daily specials. We've got a lovely herb roasted chicken starting at $15. Do I have 15, 15, 16? How about a lemon dill salmon salad at $18? Do I hear 18, 19? Sold to the lady with the funny hat. The lady was wearing a funny hat. That's why he meant it. So, yeah. So this is my impression of a bunch of power tools at a construction site. Brrr, wow, 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 boing, wow, 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 wow. Beep, 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 beep. All right, so here's my impression of a Scottish Highlander after losing at ping pong. Och, this cannot be! Beaten at ping pong by the likes of ye! It's as if my paddle was bewitched, and the ball a slippery eel. This is a disgrace to the Highlands, a stain upon my tartan. Alright, so this is a cowboy comparing game show hosts. Now, listen here, partner. There ain't no contact. There ain't no contest. Pat Sajak spins that wheel of fortune with the charm of a true cowboy at the rodeo. But Trebeck, God rest his soul, he had the smarts of a sage and the patience of a saint. Okay. So this is my impression of a Russian military instructor breaking up with someone. Comrade, our relationship is like military campaign that has lost its strategic advantage. I must withdraw my affections, not out of cowardice, but out of respect. May your future battles in love be victorious. Alright, so this is my impression of Shakira.
Ooh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise.
Just stopping whenever.
And be born, reading the time of my body. I'm on to...
Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, let's stop. Alright. So this is, my next impression is, an Irishman, navigating Washington, D.C. traffic. If you want to be getting through this Washington, D.C. traffic, you got to be as cunning as a fox. Don't bother with the likes of Constitution Avenue during rush hour. It's a trap, sure as I'm standing here. Sip down K Street, then a quick jaunt onto 16th to bypass the worst of it. And if the gods are smiling, you'll be sailing through DuPont Circle faster than a leprechaun chasing a pot of gold. Alright, so this is a conspiracy theorist that's obsessed with Britney Spears. Listen closely. The truth is hidden in plain sight if you listen to the lyrics. Take I'm a Slave for You. It's blatantly revealing how we're all slaves to the government's puppeteers. And give me more. The line, cameras are flashing while we're dirty dancing, is not just about the paparazzi. It's about the constant surveillance by the military-industrial complex. You gotta wake up, sheeple. Britney's been trying to tell us all along, through every lyric and every dance move. Here's my impression of Silent Bob, Ferb, Harpo Marx, a British Royal Guard, and Teller at a cocktail party. Okay, so this is my impression of Patrick Starr trying out for Back to the Future.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Okay, so here's my impression of an Australian guy making cookies. Where's the butter? Where's the sugar? So he lost the sugar in the butter. Where's the sugar? Where's the butter? So here's my impression of the detective from the movie Fargo, investigating the murder of Julius Caesar. So what we have here is a real unfortunate situation, you know. Big important fella gets himself stabbed right in the Senate. Now we're talking multiple stab wounds. A real group effort. Oh yeah. Gotta start looking at his close associates. Those senators, maybe even look at that Brutus guy. It's such a lovely day. It's a real puzzler. But don't you know, we gotta get to the bottom of it. You betcha. Okay, so this is my impression of Air Bud's inner monologue during a basketball game. Okay, buddy, this is it. The big game. Focus. Smell the ball. Be the ball. Whoa, there it goes. Gotta run. Gotta jump. Yes, got it. Oh boy, these kids are counting on me. Tail wagging, ears up. Let's do this. Shoot. Yes, basket. I'm a good boy. A really good boy. Okay, so this is my impression of Dobby the house elf catching a shirt from a t-shirt gun at a basketball game. Yes! Dobby is free! Okay, so this is my impression of MF Doom on Helium. Rap snitches, telling all their business, sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label set up for years. So, this is my impression of Joe Pesci as an actual clown. What, am I funny to you? Do my little red foam nose make you laugh? Do you giggle when my giant shoes slap when I walk? Am I here to amuse you and all these other kids at this bar mitzvah? Okay, so here's my impression of the knights from the Monty Python movie. We are the knights who say... What was it? Line?
Me?
So here's my impression of a perky German Oktoberfest waitress singing the Usher song "Yeah" ×3. Yeah. Oh yeah, in the club with my homies. All right. So this is my impression of a sheep, a cat, and 2 dogs. Ba, meow, ruff, arf.